Hi guys, today we are discussing the topic of what do realtors actually do at an open house. I get a lot of questions about this, what's the importance of an open house, and a lot of questions about exactly this, what we actually do at open houses. So get right into it here. There's a lot of work that goes into the open house beforehand. Specifically with the house, prepping the house, working with you, the seller, to get the home to a ready place, if you will. Similar to if we were getting it ready for photos and video, we want to get it that ready, viewing ready for the open house, of course. Now, there are a variety of other things we need to do to get the results we're looking for, which is a sale at a price and terms that work best for you, the seller. But there's kind of a long laundry list that takes place before the open, and then what we're talking about today is what we're actually doing at the open, and then the follow through to this is, of course, getting and negotiating offers because of the open. So what do your realtors actually do at the open house? A long list. When it comes to a successful open house, what you want to make sure your agent is doing is engaging. We really don't want to just let people roam around your house, as I'm sure you don't. So you really want to make sure when you're talking to your realtor about, okay, well, an open house, are you going to have an open house, yes or no? So what actually do you do at the open house? Again, there's no such thing as a stupid question. What are you actually doing at the open house to engage with potential buyers? What are you doing to see the home's value, or what are you doing to show them the home's value? So you really want to find out what your agent plans on doing at the open and why, and ask them. Simply ask them that. The difference between a good and a bad agent. The biggest difference between, we'll call it an agent who utilizes an open house and an agent who is not utilizing this time properly, in our opinion, is exactly that. It all comes down to engagement. Do you want an agent yourself that is opening the front door, or just leaves the front door of the house open and sits on their computer doing deals or doing other work outside of the work that they should be doing right then and there for your home, while you're out of the house, while you've hauled the family out of the house for a couple hours? No, of course you don't. You want an agent who's going to engage with everyone that comes in. And engage, I don't mean bug people, but if they're serious, they're going to want more information than less. So if your agent is proactively engaging every buyer, why are you guys coming to the area? Are you new to downtown or Kits or wherever it may be? Where are you moving from? Why are you moving? Is it because of a job? Do you want to be closer to the amenities? You didn't want to be in a house. You wanted to move into a condo closer to work with all the amenities closer. This building actually has a full gym and pool, so you don't have to go and get that membership for those additional things. These are the conversations that you can dig into and really find out the motivation behind the buyer. And it's pretty, I can assume from experience, I know that when we call you guys and say, well, we had 10 groups through, that's it. There's no follow-up, there's no feedback, there's nothing. That's not really of any sort of value to you as the seller. What we want to do is, well, we engaged with 10 different groups that were in the home, and 7 of them were just looking because it was a sunny day, but 3 of them are actually moving to town, and the criteria for what they have suits best for you. So I'm going to follow up with their agents tomorrow and see where they're at in the process. Are they pre-approved? Are they ready to buy? Have they seen other things that they're looking for? Do they have any questions about our place? So on and so forth. So the first main thing that a good realtor, proactive realtor, should be doing is when they're in that open and people are walking in, speaking to them, engaging with them. And don't take this for granted. If you go to open houses or you've been frequent at them, you've seen, I'm sure, both the good and the bad side of agents holding open houses. But get the potential buyers the home's information and really start that conversation. So what are you guys looking for? Are you working with a realtor or not? Fair enough. If they are or aren't, there's only so far you're going to take it before you engage their agent. But most importantly, they're the end consumer. Talk to them. You want an agent who's going to talk to them and engage with them and really find out why they're looking at your home and what they're exactly looking for and how your home can meet their criteria. It's not just about the open house. So there's, like I said before, the open house, there's a lot of work that goes before it and a lot of work that comes after. The open house for us is the last step of kind of the marketing phase of the property. We push all the marketing information out on all the different varieties of medias and platforms and everything, and getting clients into the home is kind of the last step of the process. So for example, we would list a home on Monday, so all the marketing material has a week to sink in before those most qualified buyers who, through all the marketing material, know exactly what your home looks like already, are going to come through either by private appointment later in the week or through the open house on the weekend, for example. And again, this is the final stage of their purchasing process, and they're not I mean, you're always going to get people if it's a sunny day walking in off the street, but that's not that's not how we structure things to try and achieve the biggest numbers of people through the open house. We want to achieve the most quality people, obviously, pre-qualified people who are looking for exactly what you've got. So in all reality, a lot of the magic happens before and then takes place after the open. Obviously, once we've properly engaged with people at the open, and they've been through and they like what they see and it ticks all the boxes, then we're in conversations with them directly, or of course their agents, to get the ball rolling on offers coming and paperwork getting to the paperwork stage. I'll leave it at that. This is kind of a Cole's Notes on what proactive realtors will say actually do at open houses. And again, it always comes down to engagement. If you have any further questions, jay@mckinnesmarketing.com, 604-771-4606. And if you have any further questions, again, and would like to sit down in person and go over at this at length, or of course over the phone or email, touch base at your convenience. Thanks again. Bye for now.